Now, if you're not lying yourself, why ban me from the store? You are the only one, Michelle, I had a problem with. You're the only one doing my nails like you're not 37, but told me you were 37. Mm-hmm. Now, I know Michelle from Chinatown ain't 37, right? But I also know she ain't 4 anymore. Though I've never seen her outside the store but a few times, right? Once, really. And yet I'm still just going out to eat. Right? Right. If I'm doing something more, I don't remember it either there, right? Mm-hmm. And feel like I'm being blacked out there too, right? But not because I'm making the first move, someone else is. So the other person is, right? Because you're messing with not just me, but them too, right? That's the problem, right? And see, even if it don't bother them, it bothers someone else more. Mm-hmm. And they think like the devil thinks about it. That they can take the matter into their own hands, which makes them satanic about it. Instead of telling the truth only, right? And letting the truth make us free. Mm-hmm. You want to take matters into your own paws, monkey boys, right? Regardless of skin color, you all act like you're monkeys or something. Or we're mammals, so, and primates, right? We're more than that, right? And like I said, I think Bigfoot has to do with the missing link anyway. I know that. They're trying to find something that you can't explain, Christians, right? And again, right? We know fakery. You can't find just one footprint, idiot, with a bipedal creature. Even a gorilla has 2 legs and 2 arms, though its arms and legs are designed by our maker so it can go around on all 4s too. Right. You still want to argue with your maker. Yet you want to create robots and try to put in a fail-safe so they don't attack humans or something, right? And act like you don't get that from your own maker, right? But you want to do something in rebellion, right? You are your own workhorse, right? You got to do something, though, with your life, right? I'm on permanent disability, right? Whether I like it or not, right? I can't do nothing about it. See, like I told you before, the VA don't want me to work at all, but Social Security says I can work a little if I want to, right? But I am having problems working. I still need about $80 to finish paying my cable bill, but I paid over half, right? I paid $100, right? Right. Things like that, right? I still gotta come up with another $80 or at least 60 or something, right? Before next month. Some amount to at least make it the regular payment of $137, which was my locked in price with Dish, right? And I get all the channels, but certain ones that are streaming now, like HBO or whatever, right? That used to be part of the package, HBO. What happened to you, right? Are you trying to create your own entity and rest of us be damned, right? We can never watch HBO in the package again. Does that make sense? Not everybody can do things the way you want them to. Either. And not everybody is. People are different. We don't have to all be the same. But there's only 2 genders, occasionally a third, in every 100,000. You just want to deny it. You just want to do things your own way, and who can stop you? Not even God. At least it's still allowing you your 120-year lifespan, huh? Right. I keep telling you that too. You know what you're saying. I know what I'm saying because I've been saying it, and I'm the only one saying it. Right. You can't handle the truth. You don't want to deal with it. Therefore, your sin remains. And even if you deny Christ, Christ cannot deny himself. No matter how much you deny him, Christian, Jew, or Muslim, whatever you label yourself with. If you're half in the truth, you're still lying 50-50. You're still lukewarm. And you're still going to hell with him. Right? Even if you live 120 years. Right? Though that overlaps with the whole planet by now. Right? This generation could see World War III if they're not careful. Mm-hmm. Though we're trying to fight it now, we're trying to avoid it now, right? 50-50, right? Damn. Russia, China, Japan, right? Korea, North and South, right? You all want to fight each other instead of finding true peace. 2, peace ain't always doing things the same either. Peace is also tolerating somebody. Working with somebody, even if they don't believe the same as you. Right? And not trying to harm each other at all. Despite our differences, right? We can't all believe the same. We weren't shown the same things by the same Spirit. We were shown different things for different reasons. Now, if you're telling a half-truth all over the world, yet we agree with certain things and disagree with certain things, right? The truth is still in there, even if you're denying it, right? But the problem is, you still want to deny it and pretend you're telling the truth when you can't be, right? The truth ain't subjected to your opinion either, right? It is what it is, right? The ultimate truth is always the ultimate truth. The rest is a lie about it, right? People trying to trick you into the lie, right? And the first one to lie is Satan himself, in human form, right? That's again what you won't see through the scriptures. That Satan too was in Eden, the garden of God, right? Just as the Pharaoh was, just as the Assyrian was, just as the Turkish are now. In the garden of God, though it's no longer Eden either. It once was the area of Eden. Right? It's now desert. It's now nothing. Like Babylon, like any fallen city, Nineveh, right? Persia, right? All these kingdoms have come and gone, right? Too. Is America going to be the same way, Americans, right? Are we going to have our brief 15 seconds of fame too, right? Or do we want to have an everlasting covenant with God, right? The choice is yours, right? The power is yours. The decision is yours, right? And nobody else's, right? Whether the person likes it or not, they know I'm right in spirit, even if they deny it still, right? And stubbornly deny it still. And all I can do is tell you the next morning. Again, and again, and again, I rise again. Ain't no power on earth can hold me on the ground. Yes, I'll rise again. Death can't keep me on the ground. Not me. Maybe other men before me. Maybe trillions of men. Maybe quadrillion. Who knows how many men you don't acknowledge on the earth who died unknowingly to you, right? Who knows our actual true population from the beginning, right? but the Spirit alone. And even Jesus in heaven is dealing with spiritual things in heaven, right? While we're still here on the earth having to fight off Satan for yourself, right? But you got to save yourself. Christ can't save you if you don't reach out to him first. Right? Now, you start the journey by what? Believing in your heart and confessing with your mouth. That's true, right? But that's just the beginning of the journey, right? A journey ain't one passage, right? It's reading the whole Bible and understanding it, right? If you're not doing that, you're not helping no one, not even yourself, and are blinding people to the full knowledge of the truth, right? It's all you can do, too. And no matter how many times you do it, you're doing it, not God, right? You're stubbornly following Satan, pretending he's God, and he is a God to you. You make the devil your God when you do God's will. You understand? Right. It's whom you're listening to, right? Even your friends, ladies, or men, right? Trying to make you gay or straight with them, trying to do this or that with you, right? And it's your choice to do it with them too. Now, doing something once don't make you that automatically, because God knows what you did, right? Even if you deny it. God still knows. It always knows. Even if you block the person out with amnesia from the night before. God knows. God knows what you did to him, right? He don't have to remember it all. He knows he don't just let anybody in his house, right? Or it's hard to sneak in through the garage even, right? And why? I don't know. Maybe he locks the door. Maybe he does this. Maybe there's things in the way that you would have to climb over, right? But you can still find a way in if you really want to, right? You're just not supposed to do that either. Once a property is sealed, right? You're not supposed to open that seal, right? For that purpose of property, as long as they're paying the bills, right? And I'm paying the bills for my property, right? Toot. But I can catch it all up eventually, right? But right now I'm a little behind, right? Barely. A few bills I might not be able to pay this month, right? But I'm still working on it, right? I'm still enduring it, right? And what can I do? Sue the officer, right? Yeah. Or tell people the real story? Yeah. That's all you can do. If someone's lying on you, even a person in authority, they have the upper hand for now, right? But you keep telling your truth, and they keep seeing you're telling the same story, right? And you are telling them what you're making up and what you're not, right? And yet people are still acting weird about you even going to a store, right? And act weird when you try to get something to eat, right? And almost like they don't want you to eat anything when everybody's got to eat at least 1 or 2 meals a day, right? Now, we were taught to eat 3, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, right? Within an equal time space apart, right? Right? Am I on the same planet as you doctors and nurses? Am I on the same planet as you religious leaders and followers of what you call God? Yes, I am. Last time I checked, we're all here together. But if I believe God could heal me and resurrect me like he did in the biblical days, and you don't, well, you will die and won't be healed. I can be healed. It's simple as that. It's not rocket science. I don't need rocket science, Scott. I don't have to be a rocket scientist. Though you can be. And if you can't see God in the stars, you don't want to see it. supposed to be seen in the things that it's made anyway, right? Even its eternal power and Godhead, right? And it's the head of everything you see and don't see, right? What you don't understand yet, it already does because it made it all. You're just getting there, child. And acting too big for your britches, bull missy sissy pants. Right. And I'm teasing you. I'm trying to help you understand our own problem, right? Is intolerance while playing tolerant, right? If you're intolerant towards straight people, even if you're gay, that ain't good either, is it? No. You come from a straight union. We all do. You're choosing to go gay now. Right? Because you're worried about the population or whatever. I understand. Right. I hear you. I still disagree with you being right morally. But my job ain't to harm you, but to explain it to you why you can both do it but aren't supposed to do it, right? Without condemnation towards you, right? Without trying to make you feel too guilty where you go commit suicide either. I don't want that either, right? But you're blaming the spirit you're following, which is a chain of ideas too, right? But what's its source? Is it something trying to teach you to get along with the truth or change the truth into a half-truth, right? Male and female, is it the truth, right? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. The male must join with the female to reproduce, right? Or you can't reproduce, right? No one can that way. Now, I might wait till later on today before I get into the scriptures, but right now we need to talk. Even if you don't want to listen, I'm still putting this out in the spirit of my realm, of where I'm at, right? Even if it's just my little corner of the universe, right? So do you. You think you have the answers. You don't either. If you're not considering all the facts, you can't give but half the answers yourself. Even if you don't listen to me, I'm listening to myself. I'm hearing what I'm listening from the Word of God. Not just Christianity, not just Judaism, not just Hinduism, not just Buddhism. I'm listening to everybody, right? At least as much as they're saying, or as much as I can for now, right? I hear you, even if I can't comprehend everything you're saying, right? And you think you do, okay. But I'm also hearing what you're not saying and seeing other things you don't want to see, right? And hearing about other things you don't want to hear about. That does make me a tad better than you, right? But I'm not trying to be vain about it. You are. No. If you're the vain person and no one can tell you you're wrong, stubbornness is not faith. It's the opposite of faith. It means even if you're wrong, you're staying in your own lie, right? And I can't do nothing about it, nor can God, until you die, right? And then you're dead, right? And then your spirit either goes up or down because it's an energy source. It's a spark, right? It's a divine life force, right? It's got to go somewhere. Energy cannot be destroyed either, right? It can only leave something or stay in it, right? When your battery runs out of power, though, that's kind of what you are. And God is your charger. God keeps you running, fool. He keeps you running. Yeah, he keeps you running. And he can be he too, right? And who can be he? I don't know. Who's on first? He is. But she's a he. He's a she, right? Who's he? I don't know. Who he a God? Who he a God, right? Yahuwah, God, right? The male and female are one in Christ Jesus, right? Not me and you. The one, the firstborn of every creature, the one through whom we all are made. Right? That's what the mean. When I'm being so sarcastic, you know I'm wrong. Why don't you know Paul is wrong too? Because of Deborah and Huldah both leading Israel into a battle and Huldah teaching the priest, king, and the court. The Torah. Which up to then, guess what? That's all they had. That's all they had was the Torah, Judges, Ruth, and so much of Kings. So much of Samuel, right? If you're writing it as you go along, that is, right? And it's not made up a little. I don't know. Other nations mention King David too, that's the problem, right? There's a house of David, mentioned by others around him. So there might be a real David. And he could have done what he did to Bathsheba too. Or it's not just an example for what David not to do, but you too. But again, if you do such a thing, your child should die. The seventh day. Before it can be circumcised. You might be better to abort him than have him. Right? I don't know. Right? That's kind of what happened, ain't it? Except David didn't have medical science back then to take care of the matter. It was Nathan's word, huh? Right? Unless he tried to perform the test to test if the child was his, because she was married to Uriah, who just went into battle, but he had to have her one night himself. You know what that means, right? He's not only being a peeper, a peeping Tom, right? You know what that means, right? Right. Mm-hmm. Is that a good thing or a creepy thing too, right? See, I'm not trying to creep around you. You're creeping behind my back. By the way, I'm open. I'm honest. I'm trying to find a girlfriend, right? Hello. Hey, ladies. I'm like Jerry there. Anyway. And if you're not into the ladies, I'm not worried about it. But I'm not into you at all. You into what you into, okay? Whatever. I can't do nothing about it but tell you what the Bible says, and it says that's not good, right? That's bad, right? But the devil helps you do it. The good and the bad. The good, the bad, and the ugly. And the beautiful, right? But anyone can say that. The good, the bad, the ugly, and the beautiful, right? You're just leaving one out, right? The beautiful people. The beautiful people. Quote Marilyn Manson there, right? That's what you're doing. You're the pretty people. You want to be in the spotlight more. No one cares what I have to say, right? You might not. But yeah, if I have as many views as I'm supposedly supposed to have my whole career on YouTube, right? And you took down a couple of channels as well. Not because I'm telling a lie, but because you are, YouTube, right? Or whoever, right? I'm trying to tell you the whole truth, right? Including what it means to be gay or straight to God or Satan, and who's tempting you with whom, or what is tempting you with that, or why, or he's trying to teach you the opposite of what Jesus taught you, right? Someone teaches you the opposite, it's got to be half what you're supposed to do, not fully, obviously. But he's also showing you can do it too, right? That's why he's trying to make you a punishment for it too, right? Yet when you do it, no one stops you, do they, right? Whether it feels good or not, I don't know, right? I never did it. I still don't try to do it, right? And even if you sneak into my house, you might wake me up, right? At some point, don't you think? Right. Unless you're sneaking in my house just to murder me now. Right? And don't tell me I ain't never had sex. Right? That ain't gonna fly. That's a lie. No. I was married too. Right? You're lying to yourself to promote your lie over my truth. Right? And that's my opinion too. I know. Even if we disagree, we still gotta learn to get along. Right? Y'all don't want to get along more than I don't. Ain't that true? Ain't that true? You figure it out.